So for today's video, I had my notepad out. We're doing a Marsh Community Series watch list. So really exciting. Really need to watch football. It's been too long, so I can't wait for this week to watch the footy. And these are the players I'm watching. Some I'm interested in, some I'm just curious about, but I'll go over them anyway. So a lot of the players I'm interested in are the ones that are in my team currently. So Houston and Sicily. I want to see what Houston can do in the midfield. I didn't really watch much of him in the midfield last year, but the numbers were very good. And yeah, just hearing so many good things about Houston. So I want to see what he can do. Apparently he's really good around the clearance. So watch Houston. James Sicily. If he can get back to that 105 or even go back to averaging 100, we'll see what happens. Because McAvoy's playing in defence now. So we'll see how that works. Not sure we're going to learn too much. But I just want to see if he has to take the big defender or not. Probably not, but just going to watch him anyway. Sam Doherty, just want to erase any doubts I have. Just want to see how he plays. But yeah, probably going to pick Doherty. But yeah, we'll see how he goes, because he could average 80, he could average 100. I have no idea. Next I have Brodie Smith. So by all reports, Brodie Smith, I love Brodie Smith as a player. One of the most important Crows players. He's playing inside mid, apparently. So he'll play wing a little bit as well, probably, but inside mid. He has a bit of speed, so him and Chase Jones in the midfield should help that. But yeah, it's been quite a while since he's played a lot of the season in the midfield. So yeah, really curious about this pick. Feel like he'll be in the 90s somewhere. But yeah, just want to see how he plays. He can go 130 though in the mids. He's got a decent ceiling in him. 130 scores, not average. And finally, Dylan Robertson. Want to see his role and how many minutes he plays and just how he pulls up, really. Because I think he played a preseason game a few years ago and no good. It was his heart rate tripled or something. It was something ridiculous. So that's my defender watch list. I'll get to the rookies after, but those are the guys I just want to have a look at. Now in the midfield. For the midfield this year, I think you just got to go with the big dogs. And that's a nice segue into my watch list is the doggies mids. So I want to see Bontempelli, because by all reports Bont's having a fantastic preseason, which I guess everyone is, but you know. I really wonder what Bont can do. I feel like he has another gear in him. So it's going to be a bit tough picking all three, because I'm already picking Dunkley and McRae. And there's going to be no Libba probably for the first month, so starting them seems like a good idea. But also I want to see like Bailey Smith and Lipinski, so see how those guys go. They also got Riley West coming through. McLean probably plays forward again. Wallace, I think, trained with the forwards a fair bit this year, I think. So just see what's the sort of balance. I suppose everyone's going to kind of get a run through the midfield in the preseason, but just want to see what they can do. Mainly Lipinski and Bailey Smith. And finally, the only player I'd remotely consider under 500k at this point is Sam Walsh. Seems more suited to AFL fantasy, but you know, he is the chosen one. I want to see what he can do. Does he play more inside? I'm not sure. We'll have to, maybe the Marsh series will give us a better idea. So that's the midfielders. Not really too much to watch there. Also Josh Kelly, see how he's gone. He said he might have to play a bit wing this year, but I still think he'll get enough time on the inside to score well, and he'll score well on the outside either way. Now the forward line, few interesting picks. First one on my list, Chase Jones. So pick 9 in the super draft, I think was third or fourth picked midfielder. Put on a fair bit of weight, and listening to him talk, he's a leader in the making. He's already demanding of his teammates, so he has a really good head on him. 270,000, it's kind of a big investment. You're probably picking him as a stepping stone. Could he be a keeper? I have no idea. Probably not. But yeah, just want to see what he can do. He has the opportunity. The midfield's, it's his basically. The Crows need him to play well in the midfield. Just wondering if he can do it for a full season, but I want to see his JLT form, Marsh series form. Another one is Andy Brayshaw. I'm not a fan of Brayshaw. His disposal is so bad. yeah, you can pretty much make a meme out of it. It's that bad. So yeah, this is a trap for me, but just curious. Apparently he's had a really good preseason, put on weight as well. Could be wrong, but probably not. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on him. Devon Smith, I want to see his role. He's fully fit by all accounts and dominating preseason. One of the standouts for Essendon anyway. Be interesting to see how Essendon go. Another one is Connor Rozee. Man, Connor Rozie's special. I was watching that game against the Lions in 2019. He should have kicked 8 goals that day. That was, I think, like 5 games in, round 5, round 6 or something. I think they're going to need him forward, and he'll get stints in the midfield, but what it looks like at this point, he'll spend more time forward because Port do have a lot of midfielders. So that might hurt him, but I think sky's the limit for Connor Rozee. Very special player. Wouldn't surprise me if he's a primo or a sub-primo. Primo might be a stretch, but yeah, just see his body shape's definitely changed a bit. He's not a twig anymore. So yeah, just curious. Ruckman, Rob is playing. I think he'll ruck against Luke Jackson. That's bad because he's going to slaughter Jackson, and then people might jump on. But yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, not really interested in anyone in the rucks. Oh, actually, Tim, no speaker English. We'll watch Tim English. Hearing major things about Tim English. But yeah, see how he goes. But I'm sticking with Rob. I really like Rob as a pick this year. And then rookies, just have a short list. McAdam from the Crows. I think he'll play along with Stengel in the. He's a mature age. I think he's 24. Mature age forward. Definitely improved his fitness this year. That was an issue in the past. Is it enough to play round 1? We'll find out. I'm hearing something about Jared Brander from West Coast. Not too sure about this guy, but apparently he can play on a wing, and he's also he's played key positions. I think I'm not sure. Keep an eye on him. Starkovic from Brisbane, I think playing in defence, so fighting for a spot in the 22. See how he goes. Riley Collier-Dawkins, I think we'll just say RCD. See how he goes. Hearing big things about him, but it's a tough team to crack at Richmond. But they've shown they can play the kids. The Port rookies, I think it's the Greek guy, Jords, I think, and Williams. I think it was the Devon Williams. I can't remember. I'm not sure. But yeah, Port rookies, we know Ken Hinkley and Jackson Mead. Ken Hinkley likes to play the kids, so hopefully he keeps coaching Port for that sake only. Noah Anderson, just curious. Might have to spend a bit more time forward, but doesn't seem too likely at the moment as a pick, but just want to see what he can do. Aidan Bonner from North. Again, he's going to be fighting for a spot, and he's expensive. Not sure I love it at this stage, but before his 2 ACLs, he was touted, I think, almost as a number 1 pick. So yeah, interesting to see how he goes with a full preseason. Probably his first one in AFL. Max King, was it Ben King? I don't know. The St Kilda King. I think it's Max. Watch what he can do. Has that extra year, even though he was injured last year. He's that little bit older, so maybe his body's matured a little bit more, but it seemed like his body was already mature. From the Crows, Fisher McCasey. I don't know if he plays third man or key defence. I think he'll play key defender, maybe like centre half back or full back. But yeah, took a lot of intercept marks at TAC Cup level, I think, or under 18s level, one of the two. So one to keep an eye on, a bit expensive, but if we're starved for rookies in defence, could look at him. But yeah, I'm not sure. Could average in the 60s, could average in the 40s. I'm not sure. Keep an eye on him. Finally, Stevens from Sydney. Not sure about this pick. Apart from last year, which was considered the super draft. I keep saying that, but I don't really want to pay up for rookies this year from the draft. So even though I just said that about McCasey, but key players can possibly be different. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think he plays wing and played pretty well in the SNFL. So keep an eye on him. But yeah, So that's all from me. That's my watch list. I think I've got about 25 players here. How long did I speak for? Probably 10 minutes. Oh my god. That's all from me, and see you next time.